Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraye nastaprayesu abhadresu nityam bhagavatam sevaya bhagavate uttamasloke bhaktir bhavati naisikhem. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very meant of concourse, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, Goddess of Learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author, by regular attendance in classes on Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering of service unto the pure devotees of the Lord. All that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental song is established as an irrevocable fact. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 13, Text 16, chapter entitled The Glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nimnaganam yada ganga Nimnaganam yada ganga Devanam achyudam yatha Devanam achyuda yatha Vaishnavanam yada sambho Vaishnavanam yada sambho Purananam idam tadha Purananam idam tatha Nimnaganam yada ganga Devanam achyuto yatha Vaishnavanam yada sambho Purananam idam tatha Nimnaganam yada ganga Devanam achyuto yatha Vaishnavanam yada sambho Purananam idam tatha. Nimnaghanam, of rivers flowing. down to the sea. Yatha, as Ganga, the Ganges, Devanam, of all deities, Achyuta, the infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yatha, as Vaishnavanam, of devotees of Lord Vishnu, Yatha, as Sambhu, Shiva, Purananam, of Puranas, Idam, this, Tadha, similarly. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: just as the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, and Lord Sambhu Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnavas, so Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnanananjana Salakaya Chaksurhanmalitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tham Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitam Shah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Aripriye. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripasindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nimnaganam yada Ganga Devanam Achyuto yatha Vaishnavanam yada Sambhu Purananam idam tatha. Just as the Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, and Lord Sambhu Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnavas, so Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. So today, by the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and by the Vaishnavas' mercy, we have got this great opportunity to come together to try to understand the glories of another greatest Vaishnava, Lord Shiva. Vaishnavas are very, very special. At one time when Prabhupada was in America, one of the Vaishnava devotees, he had little of a bit of car accident, and it's not that serious, but somewhere or other the insurance company have paid him some money. So Prabhupada was informed about this devotee's accident. Prabhupada asked the devotee, so the insurance company have paid you any money? He said, yes, they paid me $5,000. Prabhupada said they should have paid more. And they said, no, Prabhupada, these are normal for this kind of accident. This is the amount they will pay. Prabhupada said that is normal for the normal people, but you are Vaishnava, you should be paid double. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami, Krishna Bhakti Janmamula Aya Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janmatin Ho Aya Mukhya Hanga. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that in the bhakti practices, the very important element is considered to be the association of the Vaishnavas. Only by the association of the Vaishnavas one's bhakti, devotional services starts, and by that association in the devotional service, one develops the prema for Krishna, and even after developing the prema for Krishna, still a person remains in the association of the devotees. So in this way, it says, Aradhanam sarvesam Vishnum Aradhanam param tasmat parataram devi tadyanam samarchanam. It says, Lord Shiva also has mentioned that of all the worship of the deities of the Lord, worship of Achyuta, considered to be the highest, better. More better than that is the worshipping the devotees of Lord Achyuta. So in this way, Vaishnava has been glorified throughout the Bhagavatam and many scriptures. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has mentioned, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra Koi, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoi. Just a moment association with the pure devotees of the Lord, one attains all kinds of perfection in his life. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 20, text, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, text 20, it been said there, Prasangam Ajaram Pasam, Atmano Kavayo Vido Sahiva Sadhuso Kristo Bhukta Dwaram Pavratam. Generally, the attachment in the material world is not very good. That will bring more entanglement and repetition of birth and death. But if the same attachment, if a person can divert it to the Vaishnava, devotees of the Lord, and the attachment to the Vaishnavas will open the door for the liberation of that person. In the same Canto 3, Chapter 25, Text 21 mentioned, Titikshava Karunika, Surida Sarvadheyina, Ajita Santarava Santa, Sadhuva Sadhubhushana. That generally Vaishnavas are very tolerant, and they're very compassionate, and they're very friendly to every living being. They do not make enemies around. They always follow the injunction of the Shastras, and the Vaishnavas are always very peaceful. Then again, Kapiladev told his mother in the Canto 3, Chapter 25, Text 25, Satam Prasangam Mama Virya Sambido Bhavantiri Hitkarano Rasayana Kata Tajosana Sasu Apavarga Varitmani Sradaratir Bhaktir Anukramasyati. Kapiladev says that if a person can hear the message of Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of the devotees, that increases the faith of the devotees, increases the devotion of the devotees towards the Lordship, and slowly that opens up the door for liberation from this material world. So Vaishnava association is so important. Whether a person remains as a Vaishnava, or whether he falls from the Vaishnava status, all depends on his association in the material world. In the chapter 13, text 21, Krishna explained Karya Karana Karitritve Hetu Prakrite Uchate Purusa Sukha Dukhanam Bhuktaritva Hetu Uchate. whatever happens in the world, the nature is to say to be the causes of the effect, and whatever happens in human's life, that he is the cause of his own suffering and enjoyment. Purusa prakriti soye bhungte prakriti jangunan karanam guna sangasya sat atsat yoni janmaso. Sat means good, asat means bad. Good and bad comes in human's life according to the association it takes in his life. So Prabhupada says that devotee always should remain in the association of the devotees and should reject the association of the non-devotees. Prabhupada says whether you go to the karmi or the karmi comes to you, only the damage will be on your side. He says, just to give an example, in the river there were two pots were floating in the river. One is the earthen pot and another one is the metal pot. So the earthen pot seems to be a little bit struggling on the river, floating, and the metal pot told the earthen pot, you come closer to me, I will protect you. The earthen pot says, whether I go close to you or you come close to me, the damage is only on my side. So in this way, very important, we be in the association of the Vaishnavas. Now, who is Vaishnava is a question mark. That has been explained in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Grayetam Vishnu Dikshak Sakho Vishnu Puja Paro Nara Vaishnavo Bihitam Begharato Samada Vaishnava. A person who is initiated into the Vaishnava mantra, a person who has dedicated his life worshipping Lord Vishnu or Krishna, is considered to be a Vaishnava in the world. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was met by Satiraj Khan from Kuligram, once a year, he is a family man, he comes to Jagannath Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Satiraj Khan came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a family man, what is my duty? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishna Seva, Vaishnava Seva, Nirantara Krishna Nama Sankirtan. As a Grihastha, you should always serve Krishna, you always serve Vaishnavas, and you always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Satyaraj Khan asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please tell me the definition of Vaishnava. Who is Vaishnava in the world? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if a person at least one time chanting Hare Krishna, he should be considered as the topmost among the human beings. Among the human beings, a person at least one time he chant Hare Krishna, he should be considered topmost among the human beings. And a person is always chanting, he should be considered to be a superior Vaishnava, he should be rendered service. And a person by whose presence that others are motivated to chant Hare Krishna to become a devotee is the topmost Vaishnava in the world. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained three types of Vaishnava here to Satiraj Khan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Text 4. He says that Mahad Vichalanam Nirnam Vaishnavan Dina Chetasam Nrisa Yasya Bhagavan Kalpa Nanyar Kvanchet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, O Narada Muni, You are being a brahmachari, you have no work, no duty of visiting any family old house. Your only purpose, you are visiting a different family, old houses, just to try to educate them on the path of Krishna consciousness. Other than that, you are not seeking any profit from visiting in the people's houses. Although people are not very inclined towards spiritual path due to the influence of the materialistic way of life, but as a sadhu, you have no other interest in life other than giving Krishna to other people. Vaishnava glories. When Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Nrsimhadev, what benediction do you want? Prahlad says, Yadi dasyasi me kaman varam tuam vardar sabha kamanam ridyasam broham bhavastastu vrinne varam. My dear Lord, I don't have any personal interest in my life. Only I am praying unto you that you may take away all the material desires from the core of my heart and make me your pure devotees. And Nrsimhadev says, but I would like to give you something. Please ask something. Prahlad says that by asking something from you, that will be a malleable dealing on the material level. Only businessmen, they talk, what I can give you, what you can give me. I am not interested in anything material in the world. Nrsimhadev says, but I would like to give you something you ask. And Prahlad says, Prayena deva munaya sumuktikama maunam charanti vijinena paratan nistan naitan vihaya kripanan vimamuksha eko nanyam todasya sumano nupaste. And Prahlad Maharaj says that there are so many yogis, they are gone and sitting in the forest. They are afraid of living in the city because due to the illusion, ignorance condition of the city life, afraid of Maya, they are going and sitting in the forest. But I don't want to go sit in the forest. I like to stay in the city and preach your message to the people. Only by coming unto your lotus feet that people's life will be elevated in the path of Krishna consciousness. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking to Satyaraj Khan about the glories of Vaishnava. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Swayambhu Narada Sambhu Kumara Kapilo Mano Prahlado Bhismo Janaka Balir Vayasakti Vayam. He told Satyaraj Khan there are 12 Mahajan there in the Vaishnava philosophy. And this verse is from the Canto 6, Chapter 3, Text 20, was quoted by Yamaraj to the Yamudutas. Because when Yamudutas came to take the life of Ajamil, they were not able to do that due to the protection given by Vishnuduta. So Yamuduta went back and complained to Yamaraj, we thought you are the boss, you are the supreme. But somewhere or other there are other people have come and they said, their master Vishnu is the supreme. Please kindly tell me what is your position. And that time Yamaraj told this slokas, Canto 6, Chapter 3, Text 20, that Swayambhu Narada Sambhu. Swayambhu is Lord Brahma, Narada Sambhu is Lord Shiva. Kumara, Kapilo, Manu, Kumara for Kumaras, Kapila and Mano, Bhismo, Janaka, Balir, Vayasakti Vayam. Bhisma is there, Janaka, King Janaka is there, Bali Maharaj is there, and Sukadev Goswami is there, and I myself personally, Yamara said, there are 12 Mahajan, the protector of the Dharma in this world. So in this way that we have to understand that Vaishnava has got a very wonderful qualities. Why Vaishnavas are considered as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Why Krishna says that the worship of my devotee are more greater than the worship of anything else? is simply because Vaishnavas, their character, their dealing and everything, it is just as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the story of King Prithu, Krishna told Prithu Maharaj that by performing different kinds of sacrifices, by reading different kinds of Vedic literatures, no one can impress me, but somebody who can develop and elevate themselves with the good character, with the good behavior, and that person, they can impress me in this way. There, Prabhupada mentioned that how Krishnadas Kaviraj have quoted 26 qualities of Vaishnavas. Kirpalu, Akirta Droha, Satya Sara Sama, Nirosa Vadanyaya, Mridu Suchi Akinchana, Sarva Pakaraka Santa Krishna Kicharana, Akama Aniya Sira Vijita Sadguna Metabuk, Apramatmanada Amani Gambira, Karuna Maitra Kavi Dakshat Mauni. Mauni is a silence. And silent means is not that we against talking, only talk when there is required to talk. Other than that, you got, you wanted to talk something, you preach about Krishna consciousness. But the first quality of a Vaishnava is that Kripalu is very kind. Number 2, Akirta Droha, he doesn't quarrel with anybody. Number 3, Sati Sara is very truthful. Number 4, Sama is equal to everything, equipos. Nirosa Vadanyaya. Number 5, he doesn't find fault in anything in the world. He's a faultless person. Vadanyaya is very magnanimous. Mridu Suchi Akinchana Mridu, his heart is very soft, very mild. There are 2 kinds of heart, in the world, because there are 2 kinds of living being in the world. Do Bhutau Sargau Lokesmin Daivam Asuram those who are Daivam, those who are they are devotee of the Lord, their heart is very soft. It is called Komalam, and those who are not devotee, their heart is like a rock, it is called Karkasa. So here, Krishnadas Kaviraj quoted that the devotee's heart is mild, they're very soft, because they carry Krishna within their own heart. Mridu Suchi Akinchana, they're very clean inside and outside. They don't keep something inside and talk something else outside. Akinchana, they're very simple. Mridu Suchi Akinchana, Sarva Pakaraka Santa Krishna Ki Charana. Number 10, Sarva Pakaraka, they do well-wish, they do welfare work for every living being. Santa, they're very peaceful. And Krishna Ki Charana, they are surrendered to Krishna. There are 12 qualities, the 13th one. Akama, Aniya Stira. Akama, they don't have any material desires, anything. Aniya, they are not anchoring anything in the world. And Stira, they are very steady in their life. Akama, Aniya Stira. Vijita Surguna Mitlabuk Aprama, they are able to control all the bad qualities. And they also control the eating food. Vijita, Akama Haniya Stira. Vijita Surguna Mitlabuk Apramata, they are very sane. Manada Amani Gambira, they always respect everybody around, and they do not expect any respect, in return. Gambira, they are very grave. Manada Amani Gambira. Karuna Maitra Kavi Karuna, they are very compassionate. Maitra, they are very friendly. And Kavi, they are talk very politely, very respectful way. Kavi means a poetic way they speak. And then Daksha Mauni, Daksha means expert, they can do anything for Krishna. You ask them to do puja, they can do. Sweep the temple room, they can do. Go and help in the kitchen, they can do. So they're very expert Vaishnavas. And Mauni means, they speak when there is required to speak. Other than that, they are always conscious of Krishna. So in this way, that Vaishnavas philosophy stands on 2 principles that we mentioned in the Padma Purana. Smartavyam satatam Vishnum vismartavyam na jatu ched sarve vidhi nishirasur itayor eva kinkara. That Vaishnava philosophy is very simple, very easy. That is that always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. all other rules and provision given in the scriptures only as a subservient to the remembering of Krishna and never forget of Krishna. Whether you are working, whether you are doing any kinds of activities, whether you are following any rules, that job should not, let you to forget Krishna. So importantly, that, we should do a lot of things for Krishna, but in the same time, always conscious of Krishna when we are doing. That been mentioned in the chapter 8, text 7, Tasmat Sarvesu Kalesu. There Krishna says that, my dear Arjun, always you think of me with your mind and intelligence, and perform your duty. By conscious of me, you will come back to me. So in this way, that Lord Shiva is always thinking of Krishna. He never at any time forgetfulness of Krishna. Always is in the meditative mode. If you see any picture of Krishna, that is always sitting and meditating. So one time his wife Parvati asked him, my dear Lord, that everywhere in the world people are trying to meditate on you, but you are always meditating on somebody else. So whom you are meditating at? And Lord Shiva says that I'm meditating on my master, Lord Vishnu. Rama, Rameti, Rameti, Rame, Rame, Manoram, Sahasras, Namabtulyam, Ramanama, Bharaname. And I'm always chanting the name of Ram. Even the Vishnu Nam, 1,000 name of Vishnu is pleasurable, but one name of Ram is more pleasurable than the 1,000 names of Vishnu. So I'm always chanting the name of Lord Ram. And even it is believed that today even Lord Shiva in the Kasi, where Hindus like to go and leave their body in Kasi, the belief that when you are leaving body, your body in Kasi, that the Lord Shiva personally comes to the ear and then he utters the name of Lord Ram for you, because you have chosen to go and leave your body in the beautiful place of Kasi. So in this way that, we have to understand Lord Shiva always calling Ram's name, because Lord Shiva is none other than the Hanumanji. When Dasaratha, King Dasaratha, he don't have children, he was asked to perform the Putra Kamyakam sacrifice to get a child. And that time he was preparing, and the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, and they went and saw Vishnu, because they had a big trouble from the Ravana side, and they went to seek for the help of Ravana, and they went to seek for the help of Lord Vishnu, because of the trouble coming from Ravana's side. At that time Lord Vishnu said that, don't worry, I'll be appearing as Lord Ram in the family of Dasaratha. At that time Lord Brahma says, my dear Lord, if you're going to be appearing as Lord Ram, I would like to appear as a Jambavan. And Lord Shiva says, I would like to appear as Hanuman. And Surya, sun god, says, I would like to appear as Sugriva. And Sugriva and Vali, the brother of Sugriva, he says that, I would like to appear as the Vali. Indra said, I will appear as Vali. In this way, 33 million demigods, they said, we would like to appear as a monkey to assist you in the pastime of Lord Ram. So Lord Shiva, he went back to his own abode after telling the Lord that he wants to appear as a Hanuman, monkey, and he went back. Then Parvati, the wife, was crying, all the time I was with you, but now to assist my brother Ram, you are going to become a monkey, but what about me? The wife is another part of husband, and how you can leave me alone and go? And Shiva said, I don't know, I have already promised that I'll become a monkey. And Parvati said, in that case, I'll become the tail of the monkey. So Hanuman, the body is Shiva, the tail is the Parvati. So all the time, you see Hanuman's, when Hanuman, is so powerful that somewhere or other he was not able to, because they found after 1 month of searching around, they found, that Sita was, kept in the Lanka, forest of Lanka. That been informed by the Sambati, the brother of Jatayu, sitting on top of the tree. And the moment he mentioned that, I know where Sita, she's been kept on the other side of the ocean. And, from here I can see that, she is in the forest of Ashoka. And Jambavan said, now somebody must fly to Ashoka to reconfirm whether Sita Devi is there. And all the monkeys said, oh, it's very difficult for us to fly. And then Jambavan said, Hanuman, how about you? Hanuman said, maybe I can go one way flying, but it's about 800 miles from here, but coming back, returning, I don't think so. I've left that kind of energy. One way I can go, but coming back I also cannot fly. At that time, Jambavan says, Hanuman, you don't think you're ordinary monkey, you're Lord Shiva himself. You've been given benediction by the 33 million demigod, that you can decide, you can do whatever you want in your life. And the moment you got that benediction from the 33 million demigod, you became very proud. You were going around the forest disturbing all other sages. So the sages have given you a curse, my dear Hanumanji, you have become very proud, and we curse you that you won't remember how much power you have got in your life, until another monkey comes and tells you that you got this power. So now Jambavan says, you are not ordinary monkey, you are Lord Shiva yourself. Only you can cry, only you can fly. So Hanuman says, so what I should do? And how do I gain back my power? And Jambavan says, call the name of Ram. So then Hanuman, calling Ramajayam Sri Ramajayam, Ramajayam Sri Ramajayam, Ramajayam Sri Ramajayam, Ramajayam. He was calling the name of Ram. He grew more bigger. He got all his, empowerment, the Shakti with him, and then he flew to Lanka. There's another story over that side. So in this way, being a devotee of, being Shiva himself is always very attached to Lord Ram. And that is how Arjuna met Hanuman. And Hanuman was sitting and chanting all the time, Rama, 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 Rama. He always chanting the Ram's name. And Arjuna came, he said, oh, you are that Hanuman monkey? He said, yes. So what you are doing is I'm chanting the name of my boss, my master Ram. Oh, Ram is your master. And Arjuna said, your master is very weak. Because he cannot, do anything by himself. He took the help of all the monkeys. To build the bridge, to go to Lanka, he had to take the help of the monkeys. So that is how weak is your Ram, Arjuna said. And Hanuman said, don't speak, ill about my master. He cannot say, it is the mercy of my Ram has given to all these monkeys, so that somewhere we will be able to transform our life to be more closer into the activities of Lord Ram. That's what his mercy has given us. So Ram is very powerful. Arjuna said, if Ram is very powerful, he would have built the bridge by himself. Why has to take the help from all of you? And Hanuman said, there is a mercy of Ram. And Arjuna says, and I'm more powerful than your Ram. Hanuman said, how? He said, look, I got a Gandiva bow. If I shoot a arrow, the bridge will come. And to see whether the bridge is strong or not, you, Hanuman, you can go and jump on the bridge. And if the bridge, doesn't break, it means I'm very strong. If the bridge broken, that means, your Ram is very weak. So with this, challenge the Arjuna gave to Hanuman. And Hanuman says, you're calling me for the serious game, and you do not know what is the consequence. My Ram is very powerful. Arjuna said, look, we can play a very serious game. I shoot an arrow, make a bridge, you jump on it. If it broke, he said, now I will commit suicide. I will make a fire, I will jump in the fire, I will take my life. If the bridge, doesn't broke, you take your life. They agreed. So Arjuna, he was very proud about his Gandiva bow. He shot the arrow as a beautiful bridge came. And Hanuman, being very humble all the time, he thought of Ram. He says, he says, Rama, 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 Ram. Rama, 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 Ram. In the name of Ram, chanting the name of Ram, Hanuman went and jumped on the bridge, and the bridge, stands still, it doesn't broke. The bridge broken. When Hanuman jumped, the bridge broken. And Arjuna got shocked, how his Gandiva is not that powerful. And according to the game, agreement that now Arjuna has to take his life because his Gandiva is not very strong. The Hanuman jumped, the bridge got broken. And Hanuman says, are you ready to take off your life? And Arjuna started to cry. And that time he remembered Krishna. So he called Krishna to come. Govinda called Krishna, and Krishna appeared. Krishna asked Arjuna, what is the problem? Why you're crying? Arjuna said, me and Hanuman made this agreement. I lost the game. Now I have to take my life. So only you can help me. Krishna said, no problem. You have made this mistake so many times. Never mind. So, even to Hanuman, Krishna asked him, what happened, Hanuman? Hanuman, told Krishna that, is that Arjuna is your friend? Yes, but he's very proud about, his, Gandiva bow, And I told him my Ram is very powerful, but he doesn't believe. So in the name of Ram, I went and jumped, the bridge, made by him is broken. So he has to take his life. And Krishna came to Arjuna, he said, my dear Arjuna, I told you in the chapter 8, text 7, Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam manusmaran yudhyacha mayarpita manobuddhir mamivasyasi asamsayam. With all your activities, with your mind and intelligence attached to me, you will come back to me. So you should never forgotten about me. You do all your activities, but always conscious of me with your mind and intelligence. Look at Hanuman. He was conscious about Ram all the time. But you are thinking your Gandiva was more greater than anything else. You have forgotten me. And Arjuna said, my dear Lord, I'm very sorry. Krishna said, don't worry, let me handle this thing. Krishna went back to Hanuman. Krishna said, oh, that was very nice to hear that you and Arjuna had played that game. But, was there any referee when you all, made that agreement? Hanuman said, no referee. And Krishna says, any game you play, you got a referee, to overlook the game, oversee the game. How come, no referee? That means, your game is not very authorized. And Krishna said, now let me become a referee, now you play the game again. So Krishna went to Arjuna, he said, Arjuna, chapter 8, text 7. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mamanusmaran yudhyacha mayarpita manobuddhir. Always conscious of me with your mind and intelligence. Carry out your duty, you will become successful. So now Arjuna understood that without Krishna's remembrance, everything will become failure. Arjuna took out, his Gandivam, arrow and bow, and then now he thinking of Krishna, Govinda, Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya. Calling the name of Govinda, he shot the arrow, beautiful bridge came, and Hanuman chanting the name of Ram, he went and jumped on the bridge, but now the bridge never broke, stand still. Now Hanuman sit and cried, because now Hanuman has to take his life off. And at that time Krishna says, my dear Hanuman, come here, Arjuna, come here. I am that same Ram, I am that same Krishna. So Krishna reveals, is another form of Ram. He says, I am the same Ram and I am the same Krishna, and you both of you are my devotees, so why you are fighting? No need to fight, So in this way, that when he comes as Hanuman also, all the time he was attached to the Lord. Always he wanted to serve the Lord. In this way, all the time, Lord Shiva is always conscious of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu all the time. When Krishna was 12 days old baby, And Shiva was sitting in his own abode. And somewhere or other, he remembered, that Krishna has come to the world and it's already 12 days and Lord Shiva wants to take a darshan of Lord Krishna. And he came to Nandagram to see the Lord. And he came, Lord Shiva, he was with ashes all over his body. First he thought, I should disguise and go and take darshan. But then later he thought, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows who's coming, who's not coming. He knows everything. So if I put any dress, disguise on anything, sure he will find out. But I just go like that, So his body on ashes, and he got a snake around his neck, matted, hair, and he got, the trishu, the trident on his hand, and wearing tiger skin. And he came to the house of Nanda Maharaj. He knocked the door, and Yasoda Mai came out and saw that, somebody dressed, like a Lord Shiva. She did not really thought Lord Shiva has come. And she asked him, how can I help you? She thought he has come for begging something. He said, I've come to take darshan of your baby Krishna. And Yasoda says, you want anything else, rice or anything, I can give you, but I cannot, bring my baby and show you. He said, no, I've seriously, I've come here to take darshan of, Krishna, please, show to me. And Yasoda was thinking, look at you, you got a snake around your neck. I only got one baby here. If the snake bite my baby, what will happen to my baby? He may be frightened of seeing you. So, I said, to safeguard my baby, I'm not bringing my baby. And Shiva got, very upset. Shiva said, if you're not giving me a baby, never mind. I'm going to sit at, Yamuna river. And then you will come to see me, you will beg me to come and see your baby. In this way, Shiva left. And he went and sat, at the bank of the river of Yamuna. Then there he seated, and then he was chanting Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya, crying. He was eager, he wants to see Krishna. A moment Lord Shiva crying on that side, baby Krishna start crying again. So baby Krishna is crying and crying and crying. Mother Yasoda was trying to pacify him, but somewhere or other he was not stopped crying. And one of the Sakhi, she asked, Mother Yasoda, is there any Vaishnava came to your place that you have offended them? Otherwise, Vaishnava, Krishna won't be, crying like this unless you have offended his devotee. Now, there are 6 kinds of Vaishnava aparat is there. One is the killing of a Vaishnava is an aparat. Number 2, blaspheming a Vaishnava is an aparat. Number 3, thinking bad about the devotee is an aparat. Number 4, angry upon seeing a devotee is an aparat. Number 5, don't like to see a devotee is an aparat. Number 6, not offering obeisances upon seeing a devotee is an aparat. So now, somewhere or other, Yasoda has offended Lord Shiva, who is the greatest Vaishnava. And then, then the Gopi says, do you have offended anybody? She said, no, there's one Baba, the one man came, he looks like Lord Shiva. He wants to take darshan of my baby, but he got a snake, he got a trident on his hand. Look, I'm very dangerous. I refuse to show my baby to him. She said, there is a problem. Now you have offended the Vaishnava. Now you have to go and see him. Otherwise, Krishna and our baby is not going to stop crying. So they ran, towards Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva there sitting and crying. That, Govinda, Krishna, I come to see you all the way from Kailash, but you're not giving me darshan, crying. And then Mother Yasoda went and said, my dear Baba, I'm very sorry that, I mistaken you to be something else. Please come and give darshan, come and see my baby. And Lord Shiva said, I told you you'll come and look for me. And, Lord Shiva went to the palace, and then the moment Lord Shiva saw Krishna, stopped crying, and Krishna saw Lord Shiva, he also stopped crying. So So in this way that, Krishna, Lord Shiva being a very great devotees of Lord Krishna, always he was very, conscious of Krishna all the time. And when Krishna was sitting in the Kailash, and Krishna, when Lord Shiva was sitting in Kailash, and here Krishna, in Vrindavan, he was playing the flute, the sound of the flute, reached Kailash, and that, pulled Lord Shiva to come to Vrindavan. Why we are going to have a very wonderful ceremony of the installation of Lord Shiva here. When the flute sounds, from Vrindavan have pulled, Lord Shiva to come to Vrindavan, and he personally wanted to see, the Rasalila dance of the Lord with the gopis. But somewhere or other, when he wants to enter into the Vrindavan, Yogamaya have blocked him. You are not eligible to come in, because, only female is, allowed to go into that, surrounding. But, you're male, you're not allowed. But then he was, begging, please let me in. And she said, let me go and talk to Brinda Devi. And Brinda Devi came, she said, actually you're not eligible unless you become a female woman. And Lord Shiva asked, what should I do to become a woman? He said, there are Mano Sarovara is there, and you go and take a dip into the lake, and you'll get a female body. So Lord Shiva eager went and dipped into the Mano Sarovara, and he got a beautiful gopi form. He came out with all the ornaments, with sari and everything, and now he joined into the the arena, the mandal, the place where they were dancing. And Krishna was dancing. After that, Krishna felt that something is not right here. He's not having that kind of ecstasy of normal dancing. But today he found something is wrong in this place. So Krishna asked Lalita to go and look around. Is there anybody, a male, have entered into the dancing arena? And Lalita went around and saw that she doesn't look anybody new have come. But suddenly she saw that one gopi looks very new, and she found there is a third eye she could see. And she came and told Lord Krishna that there's one gopi there, but she got 3 eyes. And Krishna told, go and bring the gopi here. And the moment Krishna looked at him, Krishna knew that he is Lord Shiva himself have come. And he was looking and laughing because muscular with the sari and everything. He got a big muscular, then the third eyes is already, there. And Krishna says, my dear Mahadev, what you are doing here? And Lord Shiva says, my dear Lord, I've been longing for a long time to be, in this beautiful pastime. Please allow me to do this thing. And Krishna says that, I'll give you a position, you'll be a Dikpala in the Vrindavan. Dikpala means a protector of the holy Dham, Vrindavan Dham. You'll be here. You can be the, a transcendental security of this Vrajadham, and don't allow anybody without bhakti coming in. Any yogi, any, materialistic, any manipulator, those who are not interested in bhakti, don't allow them to come to Vrindavan. Now, beautifully, even Krishnadas Kaviraj, he has beautifully explained, in his song in the, Vrajadham Mahima Amrita, the nectarian, song of the Vrajadham, Jaya Jaya Gopiswara Vrindavana Mash, Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka. Beautifully explained that, Gopiswara, been, all glories to Gopishwara Mahadev, who been, in Vrindavan as a protector of the holy Dham. So now Krishna have appointed Lord Shiva to protect the holy Dham, and you have to see from the gateway of Vrindavan, nobody who is without bhakti is entering into Vrindavan. In this way, he been known as the Gopishwara Mahadev. Sometimes people may wonder why devotees all the time, And this morning I was talking to somebody on devotee, and then, what is happening there? They asked. I said, Friday they're going to install Lord Shiva. They said, Lord Shiva? They say like that. So sometimes people may think that it may be not right thing to do because you have come to Krishna. But then again, worshipping of the devotees of the Lord, the great Vaishnava, is been recommended everywhere in the scriptures. In the chapter 4, text 24 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavir, Brahmakna, Brahmanavutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, Brahmakarma Samadhina. That Krishna says when a person, fully in Krishna consciousness, he enters into the, transcendental abode of the Lord due to his full contribution in Krishna consciousness. And in the following verse, chapter 4, text 25, he says that Daivam iva pare yagyam yoginam paryupasate brahmakna viparam yagyam yagyo naiva pajuvati. Krishna says there are yogis, they do sacrifice indirectly, and there are, devotees who, directly engage, in the service of the Supreme Brahman. Then in the chapter 4, text 26, the Lord says, Srutra indriyani anye samyak magne sujuvati sabdadin visayan anya indriya nagne sujuvati. The Lord says, the brahmachari, they offer their mind and their senses into the service of the Lord. The regulated householders, they offer the object of the senses, like the brahmachari, the sannyasi. Generally, they don't own anything in the world, so they offer their own self, their mind and senses into the service of the Lord. And the grihastha, regulated householders, they offer object of the senses, they offer their home, their children, their vehicle, everything they try to offer in the service of Krishna. Then Krishna says in the chapter 4, 28, that Dravya yagya tapo yagya yoga yagya tadapare swajaya jnana yagyascha yataya samsita vrata. There are people sacrifice their possession, they give their possession to the Supreme Lord for his pleasure. There are people perform different kinds of austerity to please Krishna. There are yogis do different kinds of sacrifice to please the Lord. There are people, they study the Vedas to please the Lord. In this way, many people in the world, they try to do something for Krishna, direct or indirect way. Then in the chapter 4, text 30, Krishna says, Sarve pyate yagya vidur yagya sapita kalmasa yagya sistam prutto bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam. All these people, directly, indirectly, all can come back to me, provided one who knows the meaning of the sacrifice is performing. Whether you're yogi, whether you're going to any temple, anywhere, if you know the meaning of what you are doing, what is your purpose of what you are doing, your inner intention is very important. The chapter 4, text 17, text 18, Krishna says, Karmani akarmaya paschat, akarmani cha karmaya sa buddhiman manusyesu sa yukta Krishna karma krit. A person who sees action in inaction, inaction in action, is the most intelligent man in the world. So now importantly, what is your intention of whatever you're doing? You're taking a knife, I'm taking knife. A policeman taking a gun, a thief also taking a gun. A barber is taking a knife, a person who's, murderer also taking a knife. But we are taking everything, but what is the intention of taking anything? That is very important in devotee's life. If your intention is right, that means what is your purpose of doing anything in your life? So the purpose, devotee understand that in the chapter 5, text 11, Krishna says, Kayena manasa buddhaya kevaler indriya rapi yoginam karma kurvanti sangatya vatma suddhaye. That anything that devotees, the yogis, they do in their life, everything they do only for the purpose of purification to purify their mind, they purify their body, they purify their intelligence. And Krishna says, Yukta karma palatyaktva santim apnoti naisikam ayukta kama karena palasabdha nibyate. That, that a devotee becomes very peaceful in his life by doing everything for the purpose of Krishna consciousness. Those who are not a devotee, they become more entangled in their life. So in this way, if the purpose of installing Lord Shiva to increase more bhakti towards Krishna, to protect the environment that will not be disturbed by something which is not very suitable for Krishna consciousness. Like Lord Krishna has given the position to Lord Shiva to be a Dikpala, to be the protector of the holy Dham. So if our motive is not for material things, our motive is also to take the help of another Vaishnava so that we can progress more in Krishna consciousness by his mercy, by his association, and the place can flourish more better in the presence of the Lord. In this way, if your purpose is right, whatever you do is right in your life. If your purpose is not right, if you're sitting here but you're thinking to something not right for the progress of Krishna consciousness, that is not very good. There was a Janmashtami festival. There was one Swamiji sitting and giving a class, and that time you notice one old lady, she was sitting, and from the very beginning she looking at the Swamiji, she is crying and crying and crying. The Swamiji is an old man, he got a long beard, and he was talking. The only lady is crying all the way when he's talking. He was very impressed with the lady. He thought the lady is very much in devotion. And after the lecture, he went, spoke to the lady, my dear mother. I went and spoke in many places, but nobody cried, hearing Krishna Katha like that. You are the only person crying. From the beginning till the end, you've been crying. How you got that kind of devotion in yourself? And the old lady says, my dear Swamiji, I'm not crying because, your Krishna Katha. Now, I'm looking at you. The more I look at you, more I feel like crying. He asked, why? Because of your long beard, she said. What's wrong with my long beard? No. 6 months ago, I was keeping one goat in my house, and the goat has got long beard like you. And a few days ago, the goat is already missing from my place. So I've lost my goat, looking at you, reminding me about my goat, So the devotee, we have to understand that, the purpose of Krishna consciousness, a devotee even don't mind to go to hell if he can remember of Krishna. So in this way that, when the purpose is right, and everything is going to be very wonderful. And then also on Friday is the Akshaya Tithi, very glorious day, a day where, Sun God has given an Akshaya Patra to, Yudhishthira Maharaj, and that been used, to serve everybody. And Duryodhana, he came to know that she has been given Akshaya Patra that can produce any amount of food. Only, when she eats, if she ate and finished and then wash the plate and keep it, it won't produce any more food. So at that time, Durvasa Muni went to Duryodhana's palace, and Duryodhana have taken care very nicely. And Durvasa Muni asked him, can I give you any benediction? Duryodhana thought it is the right time, let him go to the forest, there are the Pandavas there, and when he goes there, maybe they won't be able to eat, give anything to him. So he been sent to go and take some food from the Pandavas' place. So when Durvasa went there with 10,000 disciples, and he told Draupadi that I'm hungry, but we'll bathe and come. So get ready the food. By when he went there, it's already in the afternoon. Everybody have eaten, Draupadi have eaten, plate already been washed, the patra, and now he cannot bring any food again. So she was calling Krishna to come, Govinda, Govinda. And Krishna came. The moment Krishna came there, Krishna told Draupadi, I'm very hungry, give me some food. Draupadi said, I'm already worried about this. Durvasa Muni, I have to go feed him food, no food for him, and you are coming and asking for food. And Krishna said, look at the patra, the pot, whether anything left, And she said, I washed already. Krishna said, you look again, there was small leaf, stuck on the pot. And, Krishna took and, put the, leaf into his mouth. And then everybody on the other side, they fell, stomach full and they ran away from there. So in this way that, it's a very beautiful day. It's a Akshaya Patra, very glorious day. This is the day also that Sudama went to meet, the Lord in Dwaraka, being very poor. His wife asked him to go and take a help from Krishna, but he is not interested to go and take anything material from Krishna. But, somewhere or other, he thought this is an opportunity for me to go and see, the Lord in Dwaraka. In this way, he brought, the cheap rice, which is very, liked by Lord Krishna. So he went and, went and met Krishna. Krishna washed his feet, and then, Rukmani, fanned for him. And Krishna asked him, if he brought anything for me. Being shy, Krishna is in the palace. I'm bringing, little bit cheap rice from my village, how to give it to Krishna. Krishna, he took the cheap rice by force, put it, one and mouth, he put it in his mouth, and he felt very happy. He wants to go for second. And Rukmani, mother of Lakshmi, Lakshmi Devi said, that one is already good enough for him to get all the opulences of the three worlds. A very wonderful day also. And that also a day of the appearance day of Lakshmi Devi, from the churning of the ocean. Lakshmi has appeared from there. So in this way, Friday is a very wonderful day, very auspicious day, and Lord Shiva, greatest Vaishnava, is coming to the Golok Dham by his blessing, by the sincerity of the devotees. We believe and we pray that Golok Dham may flourish more better, more bigger, and many, many people around this area can be benefited by the presence of the temple here, by the presence of the devotees in this place. Prabhupada says ISKCON temples are like oases in the desert. In the desert you walk around, it's a barren land, nothing is there. But somewhere you may find, little bit fertile land with some water there. Similarly, Prabhupada said the material world is like a desert, and somewhere like in the desert you find a small area, fertile land, little bit of water, you may go and relax a bit. Similarly, in the barren land of this material world, there is a temple of Prabhupada, ISKCON temple somewhere in a small area. And the moment, those who have, walked around the barren land for too long and seeking for some place for resting and to, to quench, their thirst. And the moment they come to the temple, they feel very happy, very satisfied, and very peaceful. So let us take advantage of this wonderful ceremony coming and beg for the mercy of Lord Shiva, being a great Vaishnava, and all other Vaishnavas, that they may inspire us more in Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gopishwara Mahadev ki jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande.